Hello, my name is Ozancan Gülbaz, and this is my Physics 101 lab project. In this experiment, I will be investigating how elastic energy is stored in springs, the relationship between compression of a spring and the potential energy that it stores, and how energy can transform from one form to another. Before the experiment starts, I am setting up my equipment. I will be using an air table, a spring that is attached to the air table so that it cannot move freely, two pucks. One of them has the mass of 410 grams, while the other is the exact same puck, but it has 200-gram weights attached to it, so that it has the total mass of 610 grams. And a wooden block to make the air table an inclined plane. The air table will be making an angle of arcsine 1/10 with the horizontal. This angle will remain constant throughout the experiment. The spark timer is set up to 50 milliseconds. In the experiment, I will launch the pucks with the energy stored in the compressed springs. I will be compressing the springs 1 cm, 1.5 cm, and 2 cm. These values will remain the same for both of the pucks. I will be marking the compression points in the carbon paper. With the data that I obtained from this experiment, I will also be calculating the spring constant of the spring that I'm using in the experiment and the maximum height gain of the pucks. To make these calculations, I will be using the equations on the screen. The upper equation is for calculating the spring constant, while the lower equation is for calculating the maximum height gain. I will also be measuring the distance the pucks traverse with respect to time, thanks to the spark timer and the spark points on the carbon paper. Using that data, I will be able to validate that the pucks are going constant acceleration motion, and I will be able to use conservation of energy for the mechanical energy of the system. Using the data that I obtained from the experiment, I calculate the experimental spring constants and experimental greatest height gains. I also calculate the percentage error of the theoretical spring constant and the spring constants that I find. And with these calculations, my experiment is done. Thank you.